Welcome back to Gila's Tap House, and thank you for joining us into another episode of the Average Joe Beer Connoisseur. She's here so much, I think I should call it the Average Jane and Average Joe Beer Connoisseurs, because I feel like I can't do an episode without a guest appearance from her. But that's okay, she wanted to be here. We apologize for any lighting issues that we may have. We lost power today, so we're just doing an impromptu show because we have nothing else to do. So we have no power. Stop it, Tubby. And the sun is going down outside, so we're going to go as far as we can. Sit. Moose is here. He had surgery recently, and we don't want to leave him upstairs to run around and play because he's not supposed to. So we're going to hear him clanking around. So I haven't done many shows this year, mainly because we've been trying to focus more on our weight. Last year, if you look at episode 1 to the last episode, blimped up huge. Been trying to get back down. We've done relatively decently when it comes to weight loss. And one factor that has contributed to that is we haven't cut completely out alcohol at all, but we've switched to seltzers. Now, I am myself personally not a big seltzer fan, huge hater of them, but I can have like 1 or 2 of them and not have to crave beer for a week, so that's pretty good. So we're going to do an entire seltzer flight for you here, because why the hell not? We haven't done one yet. So first up we have Turbo Water. This is from Hoof Hearted. It's actually a collaboration with Evil Twin out of New York. So Evil Twin is actually a foreign brewery, but they brew in New York too. They have like 2 separate kind of things going on, like Stone does. Make a lot of good stuff. You've probably heard of Hoof Hearted. They're one of the best IPA breweries. They're one of the best breweries in general in the country, and a lot of people get after them, but they're pretty much only in Ohio right now. So this one comes in at 3.74 and Untapped. This one actually has some color to it. So normally when you see a seltzer that has color to it, you normally think it's going to have a little bit more flavor. This is cherry, lime, and pineapple in it. And it does not list the calories or the carbs. So cheers. Only way to drink a seltzer is to chug it. No other options. So what about this one? It's not too heavily carbonated, which is nice. Some seltzers, like White Claw, I feel like, are incredibly carbonated. Not heavily carbonated. You can easily drink it. It's not bad. But as far as flavor goes, it's mainly lime. So if you don't like lime, you're not going to like this beer. Like, it's heavy lime, really sits on the tongue. Not much pineapple or cherry in there. So we're going to go with taste for style. It tastes like a seltzer, but not too carbonated, so I really like that. I don't get the cherry or the pineapple. I only get that lime. Will it get you drunk? Well, it will. 5.5%. It's going to take a while, but that's kind of the whole point of these, to sit outside in the sun and drink all day. And, yeah, drinkability, crushable. Overall rating, I'm probably going to give it a half pour, I would say. Like I said, not a big seltzer fan. It's not bad, but there's been other seltzers that I'd rather drink more of.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go half pour as well. As you said, I don't really taste cherry. Definitely don't taste pineapple. Heavy on the lime. Definitely carbonated. You get that, seltzer taste to it. So, yeah.
Cool.
Going on to the second one.
Yeah.
So, Truly, they make hard seltzer lemonades. They have regular hard seltzer as well, but I highly recommend the lemonade. They're one of the better ones of any of the seltzers. So they are from Boston Brewing Company, coming in at 5%, 3.45 rating on Untapped, and coming in at 100 calories and 3 grams of carbs. This one also, I don't know if you can really see it, has a slight bit of like pinkish color to it, so it's not completely clear like some of the seltzers. So, as I said, this one is strawberry lemonade. Definitely getting a lot of that strawberry, a lot of that lemonade. Tastes like you're just literally drinking strawberry lemonade, juice. I would say I'm going to give this one probably a full pour. If it's a hot summer day, I would definitely go and grab this rather than like a regular plain old water seltzer. Will it get you drunk? 5%. I mean, yeah, it could definitely get you drunk if you're going to sit out and drink them all day.
So drinkability, easily drinkable. You know, at 5%, and with how much flavor it is, it's not overly sweet or anything. Super
not
drinkable.
Super bubbly or anything. So.
And it's not heavily carbonated like some seltzers are incredibly carbonated. Taste for style, it says it tastes like strawberry lemonade, and that's exactly what it tastes. It kind of reminds me of a Natter Day in flavor, but it doesn't have like that beer after, like that lager taste.
Sweet. It's like sweet.
It's a little bit more sweeter because it's water. It doesn't have any barley or anything in it. So there are no hops either. So it kind of reminds me of a Natter Day, which I like a lot. I'm also going to give it a full pour. That is one of the better seltzers that I've ever had. So next up we have Bud Light Seltzer. This is one of the biggest selling seltzers out there right now, from what I've heard. And this is the strawberry version. It is 5%. It's, 90 calories? It's 100 calories with 2 grams of carbs. So it has less grams of carbs than the Trulies, which was 3. It has 1 less gram. So if you're really focusing on your carb counting, some people do, you might be able to save 1 gram for every one of these that you drink. It might not be too bad. This does have a very low rating on Untappd at 278. But that also might just be because it's from Anheuser-Busch. People see that and they automatically rate it lower. Just like Truly's is from Boston Beer Company. People don't know that, and that's on purpose. They don't want people to know that it's from a brewery that makes Sam Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one tastes more like a traditional style seltzer. Mm-hmm. You don't get as much strawberry. It is definitely still there. The smell of strawberry is pretty strong. So the smell is actually very enjoyable. Mm-hmm. The taste isn't as strawberry as you want. This tastes more like a White Claw.
It's very light hint of strawberry.
Right. It is a little more carbonated than the other two. So for drinkability, it's going to go down slightly compared to these two because it's a little too bubbly. You're going to get full. You're going to get burpy. You're going to get gassy. You can still chug them. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's easier than a 13% stout or something, but still a little too carbonated, I think, for my tasting. Taste for stout, it tastes more like a traditional seltzer than the other two. So if that's what you really like, if that's what you're really going for, that kind of that just bubbly water type thing, then this is actually probably better for you. But that's not what I was shooting for. Will it get you drunk? Bud Light, sure. They're all going to be about the same. They're all going to do the same thing for you. And my final overall rating, probably a quarter pour. It's not bad, but if I have an endless supply of beer to choose from, this is going to be something that I'm not going to want to drink more than that much.
I'm going to agree with that.
About maybe, a dick length.
Yeah, maybe take a shot of the...
Micro dick length.
He's talking from experience.
Yeah.
So maybe a shot of it. I would say also like a quarter pour. Again, I'm not a really big fan of the huge bubbly factor, and I can already feel it burping up. So that one's not real great. If you like bubbly, perfect for you. And again, low carb, low calorie. So last one we have for you here today is the Corona Hard Seltzer. So a lot of people are shying away from Corona lately. But these ones are actually 0 carbs. So these ones we've been really enjoying. We've been picking up them if we need an extra thing other than beer in the house.
They allow you to get ripped.
Yeah, you can literally have as many as you want with no carbs. 90 calories, so that's not bad. You can drink about 3 of them for 1 full craft beer. So this one is actually the mango. It is a 3.1 on Untappd.
Heavy mango smell too.
So coming in at 4.5%, so this is actually the lowest percent one that we've had. But I mean, for 0 carbs, can't beat it. So will it get you drunk? I mean, yeah, if you drink enough of them, it's pretty much same alcohol percent as a light beer. Drinkability, definitely get that mango flavor. I think I get a little bit more mango flavor than I would that Bud Light. So I definitely like that. Again, really strong bubbly, more of a seltzer feel to it. But drinkability, pretty drinkable. I would say probably still going to go with that quarter pour, though. I'd prefer to drink, this lemonade one or a beer.
So, I'm not a huge mango fan when it comes to flavor. I do enjoy mango. You're a bigger mango fan. You really like the Henry's mango.
Mm-hmm. The Henry's is a good mango one.
Do you like Henry's mango more than this mango?
Yeah, I think the Henry's mango's better if you're looking for a mango beer or a mango seltzer.
Chill, dog. You don't have to go swimming. So, yeah, Corona, seltzer, mango. Drinkability, I think it's pretty easy drinkable. Corona might be my favorite heavily distributed seltzer right now, just to drink when it's hot out. The Truly's lemonades are probably the most flavorful. I feel like they probably taste the best overall.
But you're getting it at 3 or 4 carbs, so.
Right, and I'm going to go 0 carbs. I'm going to go 10 less calories. I'm going to drink, I don't know, 1 billion of them in a day. Probably going to go Corona, especially the variety packs. All the flavors, I think, are all relatively solid for hard seltzers. So you can crush them. Taste for style. It does taste more like a traditional seltzer than these two that we were talking about that are more heavily flavored. See, there's the burps.
That gas from the bubbles.
There is some carbonation in it, but it's not terrible. It's probably a little bit lighter than the Bud Light. My rating, I'll probably give it a half pour because I kind of liked it. It wasn't overly mango for me, which I kind of liked. It was kind of more of a subtle mango. So we have one more beer to review, and I already gave it away. It's a beer because you can't do a beer review show without rating a beer. And I should have got you a glass so I could have cheered you at the end here since we went chug crazy. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and give you some of that right there. There you go.
So this one we got Taylor's easy drinking recommendation of the week.
I guess she's gonna tell you.
So I'll pass it over to you. So this is from Platform. Platform's a really good brewery in Ohio. They have one in Cleveland, one in Columbus, and now one in Cincinnati. So if you're ever in the area, check it out. They have a lot of sours. So they make a bunch of sours. You might have heard the donut beers. I think we did some of those on the show previously. So this one is called Fruit Hoops. It's a cereal-inspired sour ale, and it's supposed to taste like Fruit Loops.
Yeah, so it's naturally flavored. So they didn't brew it with Fruit Loops, which we've had some cereal beers from other places that use the actual cereal, and it kind of gets like a gritty taste, and it gets kind of a messed up flavor. Yeah. So I think what they did is they kind of said, well, we don't want that. We're just going to go with natural flavors. But they're also owned by Bud Light now. So Bud Light also might have said, well, we're not spending money on cereal when we can just add all those flavors naturally. So I'll go ahead and try it for you.
You're going to chug that one?
You only chug seltzers. You don't have to chug sours here. Would you like to try this one too? You can give a nice review of it. So taste for style. It's a nice sour, but it's not overly sour. It's got a lot of flavor to it, a lot of fruity flavors. Kind of does remind you of a bowl of Fruit Loops. Drinkability, easy to drink. To me, there is a little bit of an aftertaste at the end. So I'm probably going to be taking bigger gulps with this than some other sours. That's more normally you get that aftertaste because of the wheat that they use. So places like Bud Light, they go a little bit. The wheat that they use might sometimes leave a lingering aftertaste.
It has lactose too, so sometimes.
And the lactose,
but I don't really get that.
I don't get like the creamy lactose aftertaste. It's more of like a weedy taste, which is fine. Easy to drink though. You can definitely crush them. I think my final rating on that would probably also be a half pour for it. Good beer, flavorful, but at the same time, just like that aftertaste, and you can tell it might be artificially. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The flavor's good. You're not getting like a super like fruity taste like as if you would use cereal or the actual fruit in it. And it's supposed to have lactose in it to make it that creamy like milkiness, but I'm not getting like heavy like cream or like milky taste or mouthfeel to it. So I would also say probably a half pour. Color's really cool though, coming in at 5.5%, so it will get you drunk if you drink enough of them. I just don't know if I would want to be drinking a bunch.
But on a hot day, it's easy drinking for anybody. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this random episode that we decided to put together today, and hopefully the lighting isn't too messed up. But remember, until next time, happiness is just a flight away. Cheers.